Hi, this is Sheba from kindcause.org and welcome to my tutorial on securing your Salesforce org. And within this topic of security, we are covering these four topics which within their name carry their purpose as well. Field history tracking is for tracking in Salesforce. Setup audit trail is for auditing. Debug log is for debugging. And security health check is to secure the health of your org. So let's start with field history tracking. We will go to the object manager and select any object. In my instance, I have selected lead. This page, and then after selecting the object, we'll go to the fields and relationships. And when we go here in the fields and relationships, we will see a button for set history tracking. Set history tracking. We will click that button and we will reach this page and enable the lead history. This page allows you to select the fields that you want to track on the lead history related list. And you can select up to 20 fields from this object, and whenever a user modifies any of these fields which are selected below, the old and the new values are added to the history related list, as well as the time and the date and the nature of the change and the user is making the change. And with the exception of multi-select pick list or large text field values, where the old and new values are not recorded and only the last value is visible. So basically, this field history tracking is a method where we can track on custom objects as well as standard objects. And the field history data is retained for up to 18 months. So we can see in this lead record, we have lead history is tracked. And we can see the last 6 entries that were made. And this is the list view of the same thing. Next, we come to Setup Audit Trail, which is on the organization level. We can reach View Setup Audit Trail by searching for audit in the setup, and it's under security. We will see the 20 entries, which basically tracks all the metadata changes, including objects, fields, layout, class, page, etc., and displays latest 20 changes. And if you want to see the last 6 months metadata changes, you will need to download the CSV file. So the Setup Audit Trail tracks the configuration and metadata changes done recently, while Field History Tracking tracks the data for the fields. Next, we can see that the prerequisite for being able to do the View Setup Audit Trail is that we need to enable view setup and configuration in the system permissions of the profile. And next, we can talk about debug logs, which is another feature of security. So the debug log basically records the database operations, system processes, and errors. And it basically tracks the database changes, the HTTP calls, the Apex errors, resources used by Apex, and also the automated processes or like workflows, processes such as workflow rules, assignment rules, approval processes, and validation rules. So this is how a debug log can be viewed and looks like. And we can create a new debug log here. Basically, it traces the entity of user or automated processes, Apex class or trigger or platform integration. And here we are selecting a user, and I'll select one of the users, and we will set the start date and expiration date when we want to track the log. So here I'm setting it for 1 day. The activity is done during a day, and then saving it. Then let us do one. This is the case I had created. It was email to case. We can clone this case because it's already done. So I will clone it and I'll save it. And we will see that a debug log is entered. Refresh the page and we'll see that an entry is added for this process that we created. So here is a new entry, and it's me, and the time is logged also. So this is a success. And then so basically in this log, we can either view it, download it, or delete it. And so we can have trace flags of any user we want to basically trace the logs of. And the last is health check. And we see that the health check is very good. And basically this health check evaluates how well your org is meeting the Salesforce security standards. And we should come and do the health check every month to reduce our security risk and to limit the data loss and optimize our org. Basically, the status can be critical, compliant, or warning, and we can try to match our value to the Salesforce baseline standard. And this is how the Salesforce evaluates the scoring. If it is over 90, it is excellent. If it is below 54, it's very poor. And we have Salesforce baseline standard for each of the entry, which we can try to match up to. So this was all about this securing your Salesforce org. And I hope that this was useful to everyone. Thank you and have a good day.